Okay, I'm going over the tech issues. Excuse me. Make sure I have everything in order, and it appears I do. So here goes. Good morning, everyone. Namaste. Um, it's a beautiful day here in Ohio, and it just seems like it's been a few days, and to get caught up on what's been going on, and maybe through that we can anticipate what's on the way. Okay, so wow, the kind of led off with observe, don't absorb. Okay, and now we seem to be in a transition. The transition continues. So what do I mean by transition? I mean, all right, think back 2.5 months ago, where we could get up, roll in, do whatever we wanted, and now, even however you prefer to look at it, through advice from a governmental agency or common sense, we're staying at home if we at all possibly can. And yes, they've changed. We're transitioning. Look at the schools. When they reopen here, I'm talking about primary school through high school. When they reopen here next year, it's going to be transitioned totally into something different. I mean, they're going to be like more at home online school than there is traditional ride the bus to the box school. I mean, a lot is taking place. We're in a big, huge transition. And the thing is, I don't know if any two people have the same awareness of what the transition is going on with them. So it's a lot. It's a lot to consider. There are those who, take their AK-47s to the state house and demand to get their haircut today. And then there's those like me. I'm going to stay in my foxhole a little longer, okay? Just to let those who can't live without a haircut go out and test the waters, and for a few weeks and see how they fare, and then maybe I'll go out. That's just my opinion. No, there's some that just can't wait, and that's cool. That's the way it is. That's the way it is. Now let's see what I write down here. Okay. Oh, distractions. Okay, we kind of ended off with, we have our focus point for where we are and who we are. No apologies for it. Okay, it is. That's where we are on the path. Boom. Now the distractions come along. What can these distractions be? Most anything that triggers you, most anything that can disturb your peace. It's kind of heartbreaking to see so many so triggered all the time, to where, just take a breath and relax. And we're all in this together. Okay, it's happening to all of us. Just some of us are left alive right now, for now. And take a breath, take it easy. Go smoke something, go drink something, just relax. All right. Of course, oftentimes, there are those who would rather absorb than observe, and there's those who rather observe than absorb. And so here we are, and away we continue. With the distractions, is anyone noticing an unraveling taking place? Unraveling. Okay, my personal situation, unraveling taking place. I don't seem to. Well, one of the big unraveling things for me is that at Whole Foods across the street, they had a little bar that I like to attend on Friday nights. I can't do that anymore. So that's kind of unraveled some things that I'd grown accustomed to and I could do. A lot of impulsiveness has unraveled. I'm not as impulsive in jumping and going somewhere and doing things as I used to be. So there's that. And then these young men and young ladies that are graduating high school this year, unraveled, they won't get that high school graduation experience. Of course, they're getting one that I never had. It's pretty cool the way that's being presented, but maybe it's not as bad as we think. They are graduating, but it's kind of odd to think that they've spent all these years preparing for a world that doesn't exist anymore. And it truly doesn't. It's unraveled. They're in part are going to be the ones to kind of stitch something new back together, whether or not it involves college or military or whatever. It's all in transition. See, transition. Don't even know if they're going to be able to attend a campus of college next year when the year comes. And again, the here in Ohio, the primary and high school, it's going to be totally something new. So it's unraveled, right? And it's going to be put back together. There's where we come in, and if not in a direct way, but an indirect way, you know, how we keep and present ourselves and the energy we focus into these situations will have a lot to do with how it's determined how they play out. Now, yes, we can voice our opinions, you know, send emails or texts or whatever to the school boards and school advisories, but now's the time where we can actually focus our intention and maybe have a collective manifestation out of this. Well, not maybe will. We will. I hope everyone is guarding their thoughts and how they're proceeding this, because that's what will come out of this. That's how it's we intend for it to. Polarization's widening. Polarization, I'm right, you're wrong, you're right, I'm wrong. And there's weird people like myself. Who cares, right? It's going to happen. So I, for one, prefer to protect my dignity as it goes through the transition. All right. So with this transition going into other realities, new realities, we'll transition into the opening of businesses, restaurants, and whatever. Hopefully we won't have to retransition into a shutdown and stay at home once this happens. Hopefully this isn't too early. I haven't accumulated enough data to honestly present an opinion of whether it is too early. So there. If those who have, I'm sure they have expressed their opinions, whether it be yes, no, or maybe. So it's just right now, this coronavirus is one of the great shifts that has been placed on all of humanity. It's like no one's really escaping this. And I'm seeing reports even now it's starting to get a stranglehold on Russia. So, you know, as we go through this and as the polarities widen, which is our nature, there's going to be grandiose conspiracy theories come out, and there's going to be this and that. And my goodness, it started with bat soup. Okay, you see what I'm saying? Now it's de-evolved into just these most malevolent human conspiracies imaginable. So anyway, as we go through this transition, we will transit into something new. Now, what it is, what it turns out to be, is entirely up to us, and through our intention, and through how we project, because we're getting to the point now where we are really capable of manifesting, of being co-creators of what we want. It's not necessarily a governmental trickle down anymore. You know, someone who gets in power and goes crazy and says, well, this is the way it's going to be, you know, a de facto monarch. It's going to be trickle up. And that's where it's going to get interesting, is the paradigms of those trickling up. You know, what are we going to, yeah, that's where I'm going to get my popcorn and sit back and go, daggone, really? So anyway, I'm getting to the point where I'm starting to ramble. So I just wanted to ask one thing, okay? No matter where you are with this, no matter how you express yourself, no matter how you thoughts, are your thoughts out of control? Are your thoughts deliberate and disciplined? Okay, ask yourself this. All right, are we at peace individually? Are we at peace with where we are right now, with where we are and who we are? If we are, fantastic, that's where you need to be. If not, work on it. Either way, either paradigm. All right, if you're not at peace that you don't have a AR-15 with 5,000 round clip, go out and get you one. That way you'll be at peace. Okay, but be true to whatever your heart and mind tells you, because without that, you're going to have dissonance. All right, if you've had enough, if you don't want to be associated with firearms and intimidation, then by no means don't. If you do, then by all means do, because this is how it's going to be working. Okay, I said something pop up on my screen that I don't appreciate there. So anyway, in addition, you know, if any of this resonates with you, you know, please take a moment to share it on whatever format you use, and let's get the word out. I'm not, you know, like I said, this is the time we need to be discussing, not hurling insults at each other, booger flipping or anything like that. Hopefully we've outgrown that. So the shift has hit the fan. You know, let's focus on what's happening and keep moving on forward, okay? Have a wonderful day. Drink lots of quality water. Do yoga when you can, meditate when you can, and be well. Namaste.